Hey guys, Sonda here doing another audio commentary. And yeah, today I'm going to bring you a game between Gozip and Ruin. And this is just a part of the OGN Sparkyz team battle. Basically them just playing each other and battling it out for some fun while the Korean StarCraft scene has some downtime. But yeah, I actually have a special guest today, and that special guest is my brother. Not so special to me. I've lived for him for so long, I guess. That sounds really rude anyways. But yeah, so I'm going to turn things over to him just to introduce himself. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this.
Hey guys, this is Sonny's brother. I'm a huge fan of the whole Korean pro scene. I've been keeping up with it, so I do know what I'm talking about. I'm not like some guest on some videos you've seen. So here we go. Here, the game's going to start right here. We have Gozip, who's going to be the Protoss in the bottom left, and Ruin, who will be the Terran in the bottom right. This is going to be a TVP on Colosseum. You know, everyone knows Colosseum. It's a great macro-heavy map. You usually see people scouting through the middle to check for proxies because a lot of proxies plays been done on this map. Also, a lot of creative play by some fun players to watch, like Cal and 4GG and etc. So we'll see how this game's going. What do you think is going to happen Sunday?
I don't know exactly what's going to happen, obviously, but yeah, this is on Colosseum, and as I brag in every video about Colosseum, the desert unites. I mean, I live in Utah in a big desert. This is Colosseum action. This is going to be fun. And yeah, so it does look like Ruin will be sending his SCV. He will be blocking himself in, so very standard play here. And yeah, talking about creative builds and creative play on this, Stork kind of has his own build on this map where he actually builds his gateway near the choke, gets some early zealots out and just pushes, and it's usually only effective against a Zerg. That's what he does it against. And then basically sees what he can do with those lings, and then whatever lings the Zerg sends back his way to counter it, he basically blocks the rest of the entrance with a forge and puts up cannons behind. But that only really works against Zerg, so if you're listening to this, don't try to go do that against like a Terran. Siege tanks will dominate, and you'll find yourself losing the game and blaming me. So yeah, it does look like Gozip is sending out the probe here. So I mean, I really do not know anything about either one of these players. So that's an interesting thing for me. It does look like Gozip will be sending his probe across the map, as my brother was saying. He's checking the middle for proxies. Does look like he's going for the 14Xs here. So yeah, this is going to be very standard play on Colosseum. 14Xs can be very safe, as well as a 14 command center. So yeah, how do you think this will affect the outcome of the game?
Yeah, I think the Protoss Gozip going for the 14 Nexus is all going to depend on whether Ruin scouts it. If he doesn't scout it, then Ruin will find himself a little behind, or he'll have to pop down a another expansion kind of fast. And as you can see, they're talking in the game. That's not actually allowed in real games, but this is just a fun event, just for entertainment and things like that. So it's no problem here. Yeah, you also you've seen games like Yellow Arnak against Luxury. They're two twin brothers. They had a great game. They're both on OGN, and as you know, Luxury is the key player on OGN, making it pretty damn far. This last, what was it, OSL? MSL? Yeah, well, he beat Flash. So we have here the Terran player Ruin actually blocking himself in, but the surprising thing is Ruin still has not scouted the Protoss player Gozip. So if he doesn't get a scout in there fast, then he's not going to be able to do anything about this 14 Nexus. And I feel that Gozip will have a advantage from right off the bat. As you can see, Gozip's getting down to Cybernetics Core, going to go for a pretty standard build here. And yeah, now we have Ruin putting down his command center, so he's going to be somewhat far behind, but not that bad. What do you think, Sunday?
Yeah, and it's kind of funny, just a side note, as you said, actually Gozip said something across the screen, a remark, and Ruin actually responded with a question mark, so maybe I don't know, maybe that's just something random, and maybe the reason that Ruin is not scouted yet, or still hasn't even scouted. I think that might be an SCV coming in on the mini-map there, and it looks like it will be. But, yeah, the SCV does walk in the base. Zealot's following it, but Zealot's SCV can outrun a Zealot there. He's going to spot the 14Xs. Obviously, at the programming level, they can tell that crystals are missing. They can tell that tech is missing, so they go check for the 14Xs. Also, why they're so good at, like, yeah, just they can detect expansions like that. But yeah, just blocking himself in here, and maybe the reason Ruin didn't scout for so long, maybe they practice partners or something. Maybe they play each other so much that basically Ruin knows what Gozip is going to do. But I don't think that's a very smart play, but obviously this is just for fun. Now transferring the SCVs, the amazing part of professional StarCraft there, the timing is so precise. It is so beautiful to watch. And so, yeah, nothing crazy going on. Very standard. It's like a kind of a slow opening. And no, he's throwing up 2 gateways here. So we are going to see, just as I'm saying this is boring, they're like, no way, we're going to make this exciting. Throwing up some gateways here. So, yeah, I'm going to turn things back over to Malleus here.
Yeah, this is very, very exciting. I was hoping we'd see some, interesting proxy, some fun things like this, for this, where this tournament where nothing is on the line at all except for some fun. I mean, if you saw the game, actually Moltrap commentated on it. Shine versus Chowrange, we saw that was an absolutely hilarious game. Chowrange, of course, known for his goofy play and just creativity overall, even though he hasn't really got anywhere significant. But, there's always a player like that in these kind of leagues. Ruin's being very, very, very defensive right now. He got his expansion down. This is what the Terran's made for. Bunkering themselves in, getting their expansion, macroing up, and then moving out with the timing push. So I do not know if Ruin. I know Ruin does not know about this right now. So it's going to be up to Ruin to scout this or be prepared for this this very, very aggressive rush that's coming, or not exactly rush, but this very aggressive push that will come from the Protoss very soon. What do you think, Sunday? Do you think I'm right, or do you think he's going to hold back a little bit further?
Yeah, well, I don't really know how to answer that question, but anyways, so throwing up missile turrets here, maybe afraid of some drop coming in here, but really, I'm really surprised by Ruin's strategy, I guess you could say. Basically playing a bunker Terran. Dragoon's going to come in from the back and get some easy shots off on the Vultures. Now going to be able to basically trap in these Vultures, so poor Vultures. 2 out of the 3 will fall to the ground. But yeah, maybe if Ruin could get a couple scans up here and notice that some tech's missing, he might go search for those gateways. And actually noticing the angles that the Dragoons have came in from, he might notice that there is those 2 gateways out there. He needs to remove those. But like, this is really interesting. Absolutely, like, no sign of scouting. Now coming up with a Vulture, gonna be able to see. He runs that Vulture right up the expansion. He's gonna get some easy probe kills. And this is, wow. We are 8 minutes into the game, and we are seeing 1 Vulture make it into the base. So this is not your normal game. Really, just pumping units outside, kind of going to set up a contain. Just make it really hard for Ruin to get outside his base here. Now throwing up another command center, so it does look like he will be taking his second expansion, which is actually very safe on this map, which is why it's a macro-heavy map. But that's what makes this map so great. And aside from bragging about this map, Vultures, just more Vultures coming in, and they're just going to try to get more probe kills. And yeah, my brother's actually sitting here kind of laughing at their play, and I don't know. You shouldn't be able to let Vultures in your base this late into your game and getting some early probe kills. And I keep laughing. This is just absolutely hilarious game here. Zealots, just Mine's going to lay out these Zealots, and oh my gosh. Doesn't even turn around to shoot them, just lays mines to take care of them. Observatory is up, so observers are out on the field. Gonna take some gonna get some easy probe kills. If he could have pulled that Vulture behind the mineral line, he would have been able to get a couple more shots off. But yeah, maybe they're just, I mean, I know this game doesn't do anything for